Good evening. Local Republicans are upset after comments made by the Mansfield Law Director. I'm Don Bryant, and welcome to the OH Report. This is your daily intelligence brief. Woo! Don't make it easier for Republicans to become Charter Review Commission members, is what Law Director John Spahn said on Tuesday. He cautioned Mansfield Charter Review Commission members that lowering the required number of petition signatures to run for the Charter Commission, a nonpartisan elected body, may invite additional Republican involvement. In a quote, he says, "A lot of them Republicans," he inferred, "are not invested in being fair to members of our community, particularly African Americans and Brown Americans." Well, the chair of the Richland County Republican Party, Marilyn John, fired back on Wednesday in a report from Richland sources Carl Hunnell. She called Spahn's comments utterly disgraceful to infer local GOP members are racist. Spahn, who is not a member of the Charter Review Commission, was originally asked by the panel to review what other charter cities require in terms of petition signatures. So you might ask, what is this Charter Review Commission? The Charter Review Commission is tasked with reviewing the city's charter every 4 years and suggesting changes to it. That's it. It's like a constitution, but for local cities. There's speculation in Washington on a proposed reduction that could impact the 179th Airlift Wing in Mansfield. A bipartisan group of lawmakers are calling for the U.S. Air Force to provide a long-term fleet management plan for C-130 aircraft in response to a proposed reduction of the C-130 Hercules fleet within Air National Guard units, which could jeopardize the Mansfield LAM 179th Airlift Wing's mission. Members of the Congressional Armed Services Committee are requesting that the Air Force provide reasoning for wanting a smaller C-130 fleet. In a statement from 179th Airlift Wing Commander Colonel Todd K. Thomas, he says, "The 179th Airlift Wing is a proven combat unit that continually demonstrates a superior level of tactical airlift capability during contingencies, domestic operations, and in supporting the state of Ohio. The number one priority of our wing is our laser beam focused on our combat readiness with respect to our airmen, C-130 aircraft, and our tactical airlift mission. I feel strongly that the 179th Airlift Wing's tactical airlift capability and what we bring to the fight is critical to the total force, and our airmen are poised to continue that mission for years to come. It's the Mansfield way." And I love that. It's the Mansfield way. That's beautiful. Thank you, Colonel. Meanwhile, Mansfield Mayor Tim Thaker and at least 3 city council members do not believe masks should be mandatory in the city of Mansfield at this time during the COVID-19 pandemic. But Ohio Governor Mike DeWine could take that decision out of the mayor's hands and for all of Richland County. As of Wednesday, there have been 351 COVID-19 cases with 5 reported deaths. Is this, may I ask you, this mandatory mask policy, is this an overstep of power? Or is your government truly protecting you? I want you to chime in here. Overstep of power, or do you believe your government is protecting you by implementing these policies? Let us know here at the OH Report. In the headlines making national news, President Trump is urging the nation's public schools to reopen quickly and beautifully. He jabbed at districts that remain uncertain, but according to the LA Times, public health experts worry that local officials nationwide haven't spent the time and money to copy the successes of some of the European countries that have sent students back to schools in recent weeks. But would somebody please tell the LA Times that this is America And that if this is the case, then what's going on in Sweden? There is currently an uncontrolled outbreak of the virus there in Sweden. That's Europe. Well, my friends, love to hear your comments, but in the meantime, that concludes today's Intelligence Brief. I'm Don Bryant. Keep it right here at the OH Report, your new hub for sports, news, politics, and more. Tune in every weekday here on Facebook and YouTube for even more updates. Good night, and see you tomorrow.